so they would ignore it. And then she finally got to this woman who looked like the secretary who was behind this desk, taking notes. But she seemed like a nurse too. So the girl showed her the wound, and the woman actually cared. You could tell she actually cared, and she went, "Okay, we need to go scan you." So she brought her into this room that was down the hall. That was kind of like the Firefly room, where Simon figured out what was wrong with his sister, River. But she scanned her, and she was like, "Yeah, this is a problem." And then the alarms started going off like crazy, and she was like, "Okay, we need to go. We need to bring you somewhere where the alarms will me." So the woman took off down the hall, and the girl took off after her, and they walked into this room, because it was like everything was in one building, and they walked into this room that was like a conference room, but suddenly the room started shifting each time to a different room, so it was like they were in a different area at all times, and they were trying to find one that was low grade that she wouldn't be noticed in. And then suddenly it snapped to this coffee shop, and for some reason, like throughout the entire dream, I kept having recollections of all these people working at the coffee shop. And this has nothing to do with my opinion of the coffee industry in this world. I don't think that the employees need to be liberated or anything. And I have some friends who've worked at Starbucks. It's not the greatest job, but it's not the worst job either. So I have nothing against it, and I don't know why my dream revolved around it so much. But they were in this coffee shop, and the crazy, like, the room stopped immediately in the coffee shop, and the woman freaked out and said, "I can't do anything anymore. He's here. I have to leave." And she left. So the alarm stopped, but I knew that meant because the girl had been found. So suddenly this guy walks in, and he's in these types of a type of mix between robes and a suit. Looks very professional. He's carrying a briefcase, has these glasses on and everything, but he looks older. And for some reason, I knew, oh my gosh, he is the one-man government. He's the one guy, and he's the one guy you don't want to report to when you're like actually arguing against a job or what you're supposed to be doing. So the girl freaked out and was like, "Oh my gosh, he's here for me." And then the boy, who was like 18 or 19, who was the only person in the coffee shop. It looked like the coffee shop was either early in the morning or shutting down, because nobody was in there, and he was just turned making the cappuccino, fixing the cappuccino maker. But he turned around and said, "No, he's here for me." And suddenly I knew that he was the son of the one-man government guy, and that he was the guy from the spaceship. And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I don't know why my brain does this. It just gives me little revelations in the middle of a dream. But the girl, the woman, went and sat about 3 or 4 tables away because she was still freaked out, because it still felt like the guy was there for her. And I didn't really realize that it was the son at first. The moment I did was the man sat down, who had come into the shop, and pulled open his laptop and pushed up his glasses and snapped his fingers at the boy and said, I want this, some kind of cup of coffee." And the boy was like, "Yes, sir." And suddenly I knew, oh my gosh, it's his son. So while he was getting it ready and everything, the man turned to the girl and started saying her name and said, "Miss," and said her name and started talking to her about what was wrong. And she started talking back and everything, and things were getting muddled. But my brain wakes me up at the worst times. So when he was saying all this stuff, the only word I heard clearly was miss, and everything else after that was muddled and started mixing. And I saw the boy bring the coffee to the man and sort of back off and look like panicked. But then the room started like kind of like melting, and I heard the power down sound of ooh. And then I woke up. There was like a thing of static, and I woke up, and I was like, oh no, because my brain always wakes me up at the times where I'm like getting the answer of the dream. And then for some reason I fell asleep for like a minute longer. That's it. And I've been trying to figure out a production name and a production animation that I could do if I ever had like my own production company or just for like freelancing. And I've been trying to do something with Savvy the Fabby Tabby because that was a nickname that Leah gave me a long time ago. But I dreamed Savvy the Tabby Productions, and this cat walks in, and it seems like a regular black cat or gray cat, sits down, and suddenly its ears start twitching. But it's not like a normal cat's ears twitching. It's like an electronic twitch because they went like this, not like this, and different areas. It just went back and forth. And then it patted its tail up and down, and it said Savvy the Tabby Productions, and then it popped again right over the words, and the words disappeared, and I woke up, and it was like, oh, okay, that dream was produced by Savvy the Tabby Productions. And I don't know why my brain did that to me. It was like, oh, hey, by the way, I forgot to tell you it was a movie or something. But I know this entire video was based off a dream. I'm sorry I didn't talk about anything for Veda, really. But it drove me crazy, and I really didn't want to forget it, and I wanted to record it, so I figured I might as well do it for Veda. So that's my dream. If you have any comments on it or ideas on why I had it or something, please tell me in the comments, because I have no idea why I dreamed that. And I kind of wanted to prove to you guys that when I said the other day in my dreams rant, that discussion, that I do have vivid dreams, that it's not just me being like, oh, I used to. And I guess my brain was like, here's a good one last night. I just really want to know why I took a dream from so many years back and was like, okay, now it's all right to put it into more detail. So that was my dream. If you have any comments, please put them down there. Rate as usual, and subscribe, please. That would be very, very helpful. And I would love to have you as a subscriber and discuss with you and such. Happy 26th? I don't know. I think it's the 26th. Maybe the 25th. No, it's the 26th. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching this entire video. You guys are awesome. So, bye.